Hello, everyone, and welcome to another author chat for the Moments for Moms Volume 4 book that is coming out on December 15th. I am Paula Banks, and this is my co-host this evening, Dr. Tiffany Sales, and we will be talking to our visionary, Miss Juanita Woodson, this evening. So let me give you a little information about Ms. Juanita. She is the visionary behind the Moments for Moms book series and the founder of the Moments for Moms Legacy Unlocked Conference. She is the owner of Grace for Purpose Publishing Co. and the host of the Authors Impact Hub podcast and co-host of the Hope at the End of the Tunnel podcast. She empowers women to protect their purpose, persevere their stories, and create legacy through faith, storytelling, and impact. So we are going to be speaking to her tonight about her chapter, The Quiet Season.
Thank you, Ms. Paula. So, Ms. Juanita, for those who may not know you personally, share a little bit about who you are and what motherhood looks like in this season of your life.
All right. So I'm excited. That was a great introduction. Thank you, Miss Paula, Dr. Tiffany. I'm excited to be on this side of the stage. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Juanita Woodson. I am a wife, a mom, I am a daughter, auntie, godmom. I love to say all of those hats because the things that I do after, they really do support all of those things. So I am the owner of Grace for Purpose Publishing Co. and the visionary of Moments for Moms. I am in this season of motherhood, because that was the follow-up question. In this season of motherhood, I am walking my son through his senior year. So that looks a little different. It's taken a little bit more preparation than I think I anticipated, because in my senior year of high school, I was actually pregnant with him. So it looks a little bit different. So I won't go too much into what it looks like, because I know we're going to talk about that in our discussion tonight.
Okay, so yeah, senior year is definitely not a game. I've had two to go through with two boys, and it was a roller coaster of emotions, without a doubt. So you open up your chapter with the line, "I never imagined that a quiet season could feel so loud." What made you choose to write about this particular season?
Because it seems like a quiet season for me. But it also seems loud because, as I mentioned, I'm taking him through this senior year, but I am also in a season where initially I questioned my purpose at the same time. So back in March, we hosted the first Moments for Moms conference. And after that conference, I wanted to just shut down so many things after that conference, but I knew that I could not do that because my purpose is not just for me. So those two things are almost like colliding at the same time. So walking him through senior year, but also walking through God really showing me what my purpose is really about at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's like a quiet season that is very loud. I'm like learning so much more about myself while he is learning to be very independent and learning who he is even more in this season at the same time.
Yes. So you're navigating your son's senior year and you're preparing him for such a major milestone. How has this transition stretched you personally and spiritually?
So for anybody that knows, taking your child through your senior year, it is definitely an emotional roller coaster because it is watching your baby, like definitely watching your baby grow. Definitely watching your baby grow, like go through this final stage of like, okay, we finally made it here. And for me, it's like we grew up together, right? Because when I was in my senior year, I was pregnant with him. And he has not made those mistakes that I made in my senior year. So for me, it's like, okay, I did it right with him, right? Um, and I think that God is proud of me. So for me, I think that spiritually, it's like God is proud of me. So that is what it is. I think that God spiritually is proud of me. I was able to guide him in the right direction. So it grew my faith really in this season.
That's beautiful. And congratulations. I know that's a major milestone for both of you. You talk about balancing purpose and parenting, leading while releasing. What has been the hardest part of that balance for you?
Letting him make decisions on his own. Um, letting him fail and letting that be okay. As a mom, we want to do so many things for them, and we can't. They will never learn if we do so many things for them. It is okay to let them fail. It is okay to let them fail. You have to. That is the only way that they will learn. And I think that in this stage, before they even go off to college, it's best to let them figure that out now in high school before they are, outside of your home. It's best to let them figure that out now. So that has been like one of the hardest things for me is having to take a step back and release the need to control every single aspect. Like, let him figure it out. It is going to be okay. Let him figure it out. So
It's hard. It's hard.
that is so hard. And I think that it was eye-opening for me, even like with my own purpose. Like, let God have control. Let him have control over the plan and the purpose for your own life. He created you, right? He created your child. Let him have control over your child. Trust him with your child. Trust him with the plan and the purpose that he has for your life too. So they all work together for the good. So yes.
Amen. And I remind myself to often Job 42:2, when he says that nothing can thwart his plan. So even our mistakes and things that we do. So
Yes.
praise God. So you shared that God whispered, "You're not being punished. You're being positioned." How did that shift your mindset in this quiet, stretching season?
Yes. So I don't know if, and I'm sure anybody that has planned and prepared anything and then it just got quiet, what that feels like, right? It can feel like, okay, did I do something wrong? Right? That is what it felt like for me after Moments for Moms conference in March. It felt like, okay, what is happening? Should I have not done this? Should I be moving forward with this for 2026? It really felt like the quiet season. And that is why I knew that I had to title my chapter The Quiet Season, because it felt like, I'm going through that quiet season. But God showed me that he was positioning me for something. And if I just trusted him through that quiet season, he wasn't just positioning me, he was also positioning others as well. I had to trust him because me trusting him was also preparing so many other people as well.
Indeed. Indeed. So you mentioned Isaiah 30:15, In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. What did faith look like for you when God felt silent but was still moving?
Oof, pretty much everything everything that I just said, like just trusting God when things are quiet, because it is not in my strength that things are happening, right? I have no choice but to trust God when things are quiet. You have no choice but to trust God when things are quiet, because you want to quit. Like, okay, is anything going to happen? You have no choice but to trust God. And in those moments, that's where you just keep planting. You keep planting the seeds. You keep planting the seeds. You keep showing up, and you continue showing up every single day. And I stand on that. Keep showing up, and you don't understand like the strength that it takes to continue showing up when it feels like no one else is showing up, when it feels like nothing is happening. You keep showing up, and then that's what, like, you see things start to move, you just keep showing up. Yeah.
We need
Yes.
to get a shirt for you. Showing up.
Yeah, keep showing up. Yes. I love that. So yeah, this is a transitional time for you. So many mothers are in transition, identity shifts, teens becoming adults. We rejoice, and yeah, all of the things. New seasons. What do you want them to take away from your chapter?
Yes. So this is something that I really struggle with, right? Like, okay, what am I going to do next with my son essentially leaving the nest, like going to college? Who am I going to be? Who am I, right? And in this season, God really reminded me, he really reminded me that he has so much purpose in me. It isn't just tied in being a mother, right? There's so much that he has in store. And that is what I want moms to take away after reading the book. That there is so much after reading my chapter. I want you to remember that it's not just tied up in being a mom, that there's so much that God has in you, right? It is not just tied up in being a mom, and to remember that God has something in you. There's a purpose in you specifically.
Yes, very true, very true. And I can definitely attest for when my sons went through their senior year and I was lost. I mean, I lost my identity. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I definitely feel you on what you're going through right now.
I'm like, oh, it's like a quiet house. And I'm kind of experiencing it now because he works, he's at school all day, and then when he gets home, he's like right off to work, and then my husband's at work. So I'm already like kind of experiencing it. I like the quiet house. I'm like, oh man. So I see it, but God is already just showing me in different ways. Like, okay, there's like so much that he's revealing to me in this season. So I'm like, okay, I trust you, Lord. So
Yes. So if you guys definitely need to get the book on December 15th to read Miss Juanita's chapter and all the other co-authors' chapters. They are amazing. And if you are watching and want to know how you can connect with the Moments for Moms community, you can follow us on Instagram at Moments for Moms. M for M Legacy Unlocked. We're on Facebook at Moments for Mom Legacy Unlocked, and the website is www.m4m Legacy Unlocked. Now, how can viewers stay connected with you and follow your other projects that you're working on, Miss Juanita?
yes, so you can connect with me on Instagram. So it's _Juanita Nicole _ on Facebook, Juanita Nicole Woodson, and then on my website, graceforpurposeco.com.
Thank you. And we have one final question for you this evening. So before we close, what is one final word of encouragement you want to leave with a mother who feels like she's in her own quiet season, stretching season right now?
So I would encourage you to, of course, I have to tell you, once again, I say this all the time, to continue showing up. Of course, your purpose is not just for you. There is someone who needs you to continue showing up, because your purpose is not just for you.
Thank you for that. Anything you want to add, Dr. Tiffany?
I just thank you for continuing to show up, not just tonight, but continuously since the conference, because your show up has provided a light for others to come towards all the talents and gifts that you have. So I'm grateful for that, and thank you for this, for your time, because I know you're doing all the things right now. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you ladies for holding it down. You are amazing, amazing hosts. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you are seeing this, please watch the replay if you weren't able to watch us live. And we will be having some more author chats this week to talk to some other co-hosts. And we look forward to that. And please remember to support us in purchasing a Moments for Moms Volume 4 copy. And we will be having our book launch on December 14th, right? Yes, December 14th. So make sure to join us, to celebrate us, celebrate the book, and just the wonderful things that our visionary Miss Juanita is doing for the community. And we shall see you in the next author chat. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Bye.